For an NCAA bid, Oklahoma's men were terrific in a last-second loss to the nation's #1 team, Kelvin Sampson's Houston Cougars. No such thing as a moral victory, but an intensely and very well-played game saw struggling OU go toe-to-toe with a terrific opponent. Down 15 early, Sooners rally. The trade Darthard hits one of his 5 threes. Remember I told you he could shoot. 7-0 run, OU down 6. Minute 15 to play. Sooners down 5. Uzan spins, and it's a one-score game. Down 2. Javion McCollum drives and ties it with 11.8 seconds to go. And then, watch this closely. Player of the Year fave Jamal Shed rebounds his miss, and you knew the short follow shot would be the baseline dagger.
I want to play again right now. I mean, the guys do too. They're crushed. And as much as they're crushed, that's a good sign. It wasn't this, oh, we came close. These guys believed they were going to win. And when we were in huddles down double figures, they believed we were going to win. And that's a credit to their resiliency.
Yeah, and all the credit in the world to Porter Moser and his players. 3 days after one of the worst offensive outings I've ever seen, they post 85 on perhaps the best defensive team ever. If not for Kelvin's Cougs, they shot 57%, 53% from 3, committing just 5 turnovers. The Sooners would have stunned at #1. Aggressive, confident, 12 of 25 from 3. That helps, obviously. Good chance they'll need to beat Cincinnati Tuesday for a second time to be sure of postseason. Play like yesterday, and they should be fine.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys fell to Texas Saturday afternoon in Austin. They're now 12-17 overall, 4-12 in Big 12 play. It was a game of runs. OSU fighting from 11 down in the second half to tie the game at 52 from Javon Small with 12:20 to play. But the Longhorns experience super seniors Brock Cunningham and Dylan Dessou, and grad transfer from ORU Max Asmus spurring a 14-0 run. OSU seniors John Michael Wright and Mike Marsh, along with Javon Small, Keon Williams, and freshman Jamiron Keller with great effort, but not enough in a 16-point loss.
Another difficult lesson to learn in this league as you go through it, but credit to Texas. Played really well when they needed to and made some big shots and had some guys step up in key roles when they really needed them.
It's been almost impossible to predict what this OSU team will do from game to game, mainly because of having to rely on first-year players in critical spots. Freshmen Brandon Garrison and Eric Daly Jr. have been outstanding at times, but it's continued to be a roller coaster. On Saturday, Garrison and Daly combined for 6 points and 4 rebounds, and that puts a lot of pressure on the Cowboys' backcourt to produce big points. Both of those players are very talented and will get better, and OSU needs that, but they need it right now.
Women, when Skylar Van scrambles to rebound her miss to tie the game and pass it out to Lexi Keys, the OSU transfer was headed for Sooner lore. Her second game-deciding triple to sweep Texas this year, leaving Jenny Baranchek's Sooners with their second straight Big 12 title, this one outright.
What a game. And looking at a stat sheet, we shouldn't have won it, obviously, and Texas is so talented. And yet we just had this never say die attitude, and we just kept going and kept going and kept going. And I think this team has really found itself to be a really good team.
And she can really coach. Yesterday's game at Kansas had no bearing on OU's championship. First quarter, Keys connects from the wing, part of a 12-0 run. Sooners up 1. To the fourth, OU down 6. Skylar Van to Peyton Verholtz on the backdoor cut. Sooners within 4. She had 22, but Kansas always had an answer, and OU falls by 9 and heads to the Big 12 tournament as the #1 seed.
The Cowgirls at Baylor this afternoon. Hannah Gusters with a big day against her former team with 20 points and 5 boards, but wasn't enough. OSU's bench just 1 total point, and the Bears grabbed 52 rebounds, beating the Cowgirls 67-45. The TU men at Temple on Saturday and some road success. It's been hard to come by. Second half, Jared Garcia will throw it down. He had 14. Golden Hurricane led by 11 at that point. And then Kobe Williams from P.J. Haggerty, wing 3. Williams had 21. TU by 8. It's not a highlight reel without Haggerty. Into the paint, hits the floater. He had 21. Tulsa won that game 72-67, and they host South Florida on Saturday. Meanwhile, senior day for the Golden Eagles at the Mabee Center against Kansas City, the final regular season game for ORU. DeShang Weaver with an early 3, but the Roos never let ORU get going. fact, ORU never led in this game. Isaac McBride with a second-half three. The Golden Eagles fall 71-54. They'll be the 8th seed and face 9th-seeded South Dakota on Friday in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Success for both the TU and ORU women this season. Angie Nelp's Golden Hurricane tied for first in the American. A big win over SMU on Saturday. They wrap up the regular season at Tulane on Tuesday. The ORU women have 20 wins for the first time in 12 seasons. 94-56 over Kansas City on Saturday. They're the 3 seed in the Summit League tournament. They'll play North Dakota next Sunday afternoon.